Don't go live, just don't go live. All right. Open up the Psalms 1, like we always do. Psalm chapter 1 in its entirety. And we're going to pick it up at the 1. Let me get to it. All right. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law doth he meditate day and night. And he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water, that bringeth forth his fruit in his season. His leaf also shall not wither, and whatsoever he doeth shall prosper. The ungodly are not so, but like the chaff which the wind driveth away. Therefore the ungodly shall not stand in the judgment, nor sit in the congregation of the righteous. For the Lord knoweth the way of the righteous, but the way of the ungodly shall perish. Hallelujah. Psalms 1 in its entirety. I'd like to say, happy Sabbath, Shabbat Shalom, Shalom to the family worldwide that's joining us online. Got a few people checking in. Like to say happy Sabbath to my brothers and sisters here in the assembly today. We're gonna go ahead. I know we got started a little bit late, but we're gonna go ahead and get started. And this back over here. The title of today's lesson is Christ, the true way and the door to the tabernacle of the Most High. Christ is the way, the door to the true tabernacle of the Most High. So what prompted this lesson right here was it's a lesson I did about 4 years ago, but what got me to pull it out the archives and kind of touch it up a little bit. A couple of weeks ago, they had a summit over in our Holy Land. They had 70 nations came together and said that they're gonna build this temple in Jerusalem, and these 70 nations are going to bring their God. It's going to be a tabernacle or a temple for all the religions of the world. Now, this is in direct contradictory to the Bible, to the word of the Most High, because the book tells you over and over again that he's a jealous God. There's only one God, one true and living power. But these people are saying that all the gods of all the religions, and these were all the religious leaders that got together. I'm talking about you had your rabbis, you had your mores, you had your Christian pastors, you had all these people from all these different religions coming together and say, hey, we're going to build this, and everybody going to worship at this temple, which is biblical prophecy. And we're going to read a little bit of that. But at the same time, we know in these last times, because in 2 Peter, it said, man, that many going to follow after these people. Many going to follow after their pernicious ways. And if you ain't careful, if you ain't up on game, then you're going to get slicked and tricked and think that, hey, because they're going to be using words like, hey, we all should love each other. We all should come together in peace. And that's what the book said. He going to come and he going to say peace, peace. And he going to deceive many by peace. Because everybody going to think this is the way. If we all just accept one another, if we all just love one another, everything's going to be okay. When you read the book, it don't say that. Either you're going to follow his commandments or you're not going to follow his commandments. Either you're going to call on the true and living power or you're not. Because when you get that all-inclusive stuff, it sound good to the unlearned or untrained ear. It sound good when everybody's included, when all the religions can come together, when everybody can be accepted for who and how they are. It sound good. It's pleasing to the ear because everybody wants to get along with everybody. You see, and when that is when that's the emphasis of your speech, then you're gonna fool a lot of people. A lot of people gonna be down with that. Because guess what? Especially in the Hebrew Israelite community, all we want to do is live and let people leave us alone. That's what we want. Hey man, you do your thing, I do mine. Just leave me alone. But in the end time, you're gonna have some decisions you want to make. And if you don't stand for the name of Jesus the Christ or Yeshua Mashiach, then hey, you're gonna have problems on your hand that you ain't gonna be able to wipe off. Clorox ain't gonna be able to get off your hand. So That's why I titled the lesson, Christ is the way, the true door to the tabernacle of the Most High. And he going to tell you that in the scripture that, hey, no man coming to the Father but by me. So how are we going to worship and say everything good? I'm going to stand beside Allah, Harry Krishna, the Sunday Christian. I'm going to stand beside everybody and say it's all good. Excuse me, brother. We can't do it. And you're going to find that the more you and the longer you in this walk, that your circle going to get smaller, it's smaller, it's smaller, it's smaller. Now, if you one of them people that got to be accepted by everybody, then you may not make it down that road because this road get lonely. It get dark sometimes, it get lonely, it get frustrating, and you get isolated a lot. But guess what? That's how he made it. Because as we study, we ain't gonna go into no in-depth study, but we gonna study a little bit about the tabernacle. When you look at how the tabernacle was laid out, there was only one door in and one door out. It wasn't no back door, no side door. It was only one door to the tabernacle. One way in the door. One way in the tabernacle. You couldn't go in a whole bunch of different ways. Matter of fact, when they put it together, they made sure that the curtains were all the way down to the ground. You couldn't even peek up under. And also on the front of the tabernacle, there was a hanging or a veil. You could see movement behind that veil, but you couldn't tell exactly what they were doing. So if you ain't going through him, you're going to be clouded. Your vision going to be clouded. You're going to just be on the outside looking in and seeing just the movements of what's going on. This is what, when we go in the future weeks, when we go into the in-depth study of the tabernacle, every single thing in there points to Christ or the kingdom. Everything. It ain't one thing in the tabernacle that don't point to Christ, the kingdom, or Israel. So we're going to get into this thing a little bit. So the first thing we're going to look at, that like say, I'm going to read some things off my phone. I ain't have time to print them off. But I want to just, as I was doing some studying, I wanted to read something. So the first thing I'm going to read is one world religion, because this is what they trying to do. They did the little sacrifice, which was crazy. Dude had some tennis shoes, called himself, had some priest garments on, had some tennis shoes on. He looking all kind of crazy. Then again, it looked like they took some 2x4s, bro. Instead of some wood, took some 2x4s and put it up there and gonna do a little sacrifice. Man, these clowns. But see, that's just prostitute, but we ain't gonna get into that. But anyway, I'm gonna read something about what a one world religion refers to. It says, one world religion refers to the idea of the establishment of a single global religion formed by a merger of all existing religions. Now, how are you going to merge anything to the gospel of Christ? But this is what they're trying to do. Now, not only are they trying to do a one world religion, they want a one world government, one world bank, and guess what else they want? They want a one world court system. So guess what? If you ain't down with what they teach, or you ain't down with what they got going on, and you come before their courts, heads got chopped. That's one of the things. And they come up with this thing called a Noahide law, which I ain't never heard of. But we're going to read a little bit about that. I'm going to read a little about that, then we're going to get into the lesson. So I'm going to read a little bit about this thing they had going on a couple of weeks ago, and then we're going to get into the lesson. All right, so it says, nations invited for animal sacrifice on Mount of Olives, renewing Noah's covenant. Now, everybody know the covenant that Most High made with Noah was what? That he wasn't going to destroy the earth with water again. So where they getting this stuff from, I do not know. But again, if you ain't learned in the scripts that what happened, it says on September the 25th, the 5,780th anniversary of the day which the Jewish tradition holds, the world was created. The Sanhedrin, which is them Edomites over there, little council they got. The Sanhedrin is holding a conference for the emerging organization of 70 nations. The conference will culminate in an animal sacrifice made by representatives of the nations on the Mount of Olives, in which they will renew the covenant made by Noah. Now, Noah didn't make no covenant. That's another thing. They said made by Noah upon leaving Ark. The Most High made a covenant. We can't go to the Most High and barter a deal. No, he lets us know what the covenant is going to be, and it's either yes or no. So they're going to sacrifice. They're going to sacrifice, which they did, which it was wrong. I mean, the way he did it. All of it was wrong. I'm gonna put like it wasn't nothing right about the ceremony. Yeah. So they said the conference will begin on Wednesday evening, September the 25th, the 25th day of the Hebrew month of. They got that spell wrong, but anyway, at Jerusalem, the Gate Hotel continuing through September 22nd. I want to get down to the meat of this thing. It says also discussed will be the universal economic, cultural, educational that should be focused on such an organization. A major focus will also be the establishment of an international court based on Bible principles. So, as you can see, this pot of gumbo they trying to get together, and this gonna happen. I did some more research. There's about 7 organizations right now that are involved in this world system, this one world government deal, about 7 of them. And they actually try to do away with the United Nations. Because they say the United Nations can't do it. But I can tell you this, you can go do your research on this too. It's a bunch of United Nations vehicles, armored trucks, and armored what you call soldiers, United Nations soldiers, already on U.S. soil. They got them sitting in warehouses just waiting for the word. So it's coming. So the test and the trial and Jacob trouble is about to start up, what I'm trying to say. And they trying to get you to buy into the fact that, hey, everybody is going to be holding hands, singing Kumbaya, and everything going to be all good. But this is where we at. This is the place and time where we at. So I want to get into the text a little bit. We're going to look at the first time somebody tried to do a one world domination, because his kingdom was a religious kingdom. His kingdom was done by army, and his kingdom was done by totalitarian rule. But he's always trying to imitate the Most High. Satan, we're going to look at his first earthly attempt, then we're going to go into the heavenly attempt. We're going to do it kind of in reverse, because it happened in heaven first. But I want to point out this clown right here and what he tried to go to Genesis 11. Genesis the 11th. We're going to learn a few things today, brothers and sisters. I hope you get some edification out of it, but we're going to learn a few things today. Genesis the 11th. We're going to read verses 1 through 9. When you get it, my brother, go ahead and read.
The whole earth is one language.
How many languages? So there was one language. And we're just going on a little side note. I try to tell all my Hebrew brothers and sisters when they get to talking about you got to say this and you got to say that. I asked them, well, who gave all the language? So me, myself, I don't have no problem with however you call upon the name Most High, as long as you call it upon him in spirit and truth. But he gave all the language. So if he gave all the languages, he knows what his name is in any language. Now, I'm not kicking on the Hebrew tongue, because there's certain vibrations that go out when you speak it in the Hebrew that you don't get in English. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying don't tell me I can't say this and I can't say that, because I'm looking at the works that follow you and the intent that you using that in. You understand what I'm saying? Just a little sidebar note, but go ahead, bro.
And it came to pass as they journeyed from the east, that they found a plain in the land of Shinar.
Yep.
And they dwelt there. And they said one to another, go to, let us make brick and burn them thoroughly. And they had brick for stone, and slime had they for mortar. And they said, go to, let us build us a city and a tower, whose top may reach unto heaven.
See right there, they just disobeyed the commandment of the Most High. Because when Noah came off the ark and Noah sacrificed unto the Most High, what was the command of the Most High? What? Go, be fruitful and multiply, and replenish the earth. They said, we're going to go to this one place, and then we're going to build a place up to heaven. That ain't what he told you to do. So this is in direct rebellion against the commandment which the Most High has already given. Continue to read.
Number 4. Let us make a name. Lest we be scattered abroad upon the face of the whole earth.
And that's what he told you to go and replenish the earth. But they want to make a name for themselves above that of the name of the Most High, or the creator and possessor of all things. So now you're going again. Once again, your mind has flipped completely away from what the Most High has told you to do. Go ahead and read, brother. Mm-hmm.
And the Lord came down to see the city and the
Yeah.
tower,
Mm-hmm.
which the children of men built.
Yeah.
And the Lord said, behold, the people is one.
Yeah. They what?
People is one.
So they on one accord. Go ahead, bro.
And they have all one language.
Mm-hmm.
And this they began to do.
So he said, this is what they began to do. Instead of them trying to exalt my name, instead of them trying to do what I told them to do and replenish the earth, he said that I gave them all the same language. They could do great things in this earth, but they decided to try to come up there where I'm at, and you ain't ready for that. Go ahead and read, bro.
And now nothing would be restrained from them.
Uh-huh.
Which they have imagined to do.
Go ahead.
Go to.
Uh-huh.
Let us go down.
Yes, sir.
And there confound their language, that they may not understand one another's speech. So the Lord scattered them abroad from thence upon the face of all the earth.
So he told them to do, he did it by force, which they didn't want to do willingly, so he did it by force. Go ahead.
They left off to build the city.
Uh-huh.
Therefore is the name of it called Babel.
Right.
Because the Lord did there confound their language.
And that word Babel simply means confusion. And so this is what this gumbo pot of this 70 nation thing going on. It's confusion by mixture. So you know if it's confusion, then you know where it comes from, because the Most High, not the author of confusion. So this whole big gumbo pot of mess they try to create and trying to get you involved in, it's a Babylonian mindset. Continue to read, brother. Okay.
Because the Lord did there confound their language of all the earth. And from thence did the Lord scatter them abroad.
Go ahead, brother.
The face of all the earth.
Uh-huh. That's it. All right, let's go to now we're gonna go to the book of Jasher and get a little detail on some more detail on what really actually happened in this situation. Because when you go to Genesis, it gives you an overview of what happened and who's all involved. We're gonna go to Jasher, the 9, and we're gonna pick it up. We're gonna read verses 20 through 39, bro. We're gonna read 20 through 39 and give a little detail and insight on what was going on. And it tells you that Nimrod was a king in Book of Jasher. So he was one of the first, he was the first world ruler that we read about. So here you got the first world ruler, and his whole thing is to be a direct rebellion to the Most High God. Go ahead and read. Pick it up at the 20. What did it say?
King Nimrod reigned security.
Mm-hmm. So nobody was challenging him for his kingship. He said he was securing their kingship. But go ahead.
All the earth was under his control. And all the earth was of one language, one tongue, and words of union.
Go ahead.
And all the princes of Nimrod and his great men took counsel together. Nazarene.
That's Egypt. That's Ethiopia. What is Libya? Go ahead.
And Canaan.
All the sons of Ham were together. All these Hamite nations. Go ahead.
With their power. They said to each other, come, let us build ourselves a city. And in it a strong tower. And his top reaching heaven. And we will make ourselves fame.
They're gonna make themselves big ball. Everybody gonna know who they are. They make themselves fame. But go ahead, bro.
So that we may reign upon the whole world. In order that the evil of our enemies may cease from us.
Yeah.
That we may reign mightily over them.
So, and that give you another little piece of insight on that. They ain't getting these 70 nations together, these 70 religions together, so everybody can be equal. Somebody gonna be ruling somebody. And see, they doing what the Most High want to do. They out of order. And see, that's what I'm saying. Everybody keeps saying, well, the Lord love everybody gonna be equal. That plan has never been the plan of the Most High. It ain't the plan of your enemy for you to be on the same plane as them. Israel will be ruling, reigning in Jerusalem with Yeshua during 1,000-year millennium. So they already know the plan. They just trying to flip it and reverse it, and so they can be on top. That's always been the plan of your enemy. We're gonna read a little bit about what Satan said. But go ahead and read, bro.
And that we may not become scattered over the earth.
Go ahead.
On account of their wars.
Go ahead, bro.
They all went before the king. And they told the king these words. And the king agreed with them in this affair. And he did so. And all the families assembled consisted of about 600,000 men. 600,000 men.
That number 6 is always representative, man. So whenever you always see, when you see the enemy, always look at that. The number of man is always 6. What day was man created on? Okay, so this joker is always, even when you go read about Nebuchadnezzar, and when he made his little statue, and he's gonna do the horns and all that. When you look down through them numbers about the sack, but the flute and all, it's 6. Always, your enemy's always gonna tip his hand all the time. You ain't gonna never be able to miss it. Because when you start dealing with the 12s and the 7s, we already know 7 is completion. Man is done. And we know that everything was set up on the children of Israel according to the number of children of Israel. So your enemy always gonna tip his hand. But go ahead and read, brother.
And they went to seek an extensive pieces of ground to build a city. And the tower. They sought in the whole earth, and they found. So they found none like one valley.
Yeah, I'm talking about Shinar. Go ahead.
At the east of the land of Shinar, about 2 days' walk. And they journeyed there, and they dwelt there. And they began to make bricks and burn fires to build a city and the towers that they had imagined to complete.
Go ahead, bro.
And the building of the tower was upon them a transgression and a sin.
It was a what?
Transgression.
So in letting you know, just like we read in Genesis, this is a sin against the Most High word. It was a sin and a transgression. So evidently, this what is sin?
Transgression of the law.
So they knew they was in the wrong, but they did it anyway. Just like these jokers over here, they know they wrong, but guess what? We gonna read in this ascension of Isaiah. They know who they serve. They know who they serve. They know that they serving Satan and the devil, and they ain't got no problem telling you that they Messiah is already here. You go look at that interview. They Messiah is already here, and he's not David, and he's not a black Hebrew. They know that, and they ain't got no problem telling you that. But they'll let you come on into the door, and guess what? Gonna be a whole lot of Hebrew Israelites gonna fall into that fire. And guess what? That I don't know ain't gonna get it with the Most High, because you got brothers on here every week, every day, crying aloud, sparing not, and ain't nobody listening. But it's gonna be for a witness, but it's gonna be a witness against them. Go ahead and read, bro.
They began to build it. They were building against the Lord God of heaven.
They were building against who?
Lord God of heaven.
They in there. Oh man, we gonna reach it. We gonna go up to heaven, and we gonna make war. Go ahead and read, bro.
They imagine in their hearts to war against him.
See?
And to ascend unto heaven. All these people and all the families divided themselves in 3 parts. The first said, we will ascend into heaven and fight against him.
See, when they got all these space armies, they trying to get all these space armies and stuff together. See, they wanted all religious, socioeconomic, mentally. They want to control any and everything that the Most High is in control of. This is they playing, been they playing from the beginning, and it's still they playing right now. Ain't nothing changed from the first joker that ruled this earth to what's going on right now. The plan has always been the same. And we get so caught up in the day-to-day that we let all this stuff fly past us like a bullet. We ain't paying no attention to it. We too busy consumed with bills and who owe me this. And I don't like her and she don't. And man, this stuff, man, right up under your nose, partner. And if you ain't watching, you gonna get caught slipping.
They ain't putting it in the movie.
That's it, they putting it in the movie.
They put it,
you know, Independence Day. We're gonna fight these aliens that's coming down. You know who the man is gonna be that's coming down? That's gonna be your savior and all the ones that's fortunate to make the first resurrection. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm trying to tell you, bro. And that word NASA, that's another word for lie. See, we looking at all this stuff, we hearing all this stuff, brothers and sisters, we think everything is fine, dandy, and candy. And we sitting right on the verge of what's finna jump off, and we ain't paying no attention. But continue to read, bro.
Said, we will ascend to heaven.
Mm-hmm.
Our own gods there.
You hear that? Did you hear that? They said they gonna, this first group gonna make war, like they gonna take down the Most High and his angels. Then the second one said, when y'all get through, then we gonna place our gods up there.
Put ours up there.
Just like they doing with the city. Everybody come together, bring your God, and we all gonna worship at Jerusalem now. Why are they picking Jerusalem to worship there? Because they know that's what Yeshua was supposed to see. They know that's where the holy city supposed to come down. That game ain't never changed, brothers and sisters. The game ain't never changed. It's just the faces and names that change. But the game, the ultimate end of the game is to take over. Go ahead and read, bro.
And serve them.
And serve who?
Them.
Yeah, go ahead.
And the third part said,
mm-hmm.
we will ascend to heaven and smite him.
And smite who? Man, come on, bro. See, this is what's in their minds now. That's why they got that Star Wars and that what they call that space army. This is in their mind. They gonna do this.
Yeah.
Yes, Satan got these folks that food and that crazy, man. They really think they finna do this stuff. Go ahead and read.
Smite him with bows and spears.
Yeah, you gonna kill the Most High with a bow and a spear. Come on, go ahead, bro.
And God do all their work.
Yeah.
All their evil thoughts.
That's why he came down and said, let us destroy this temple. She didn't tell you that in the 66. But they were planning to go up there, man. And he like, for real, dude, really? Yeah. Come on now. Let me go on down because the default gonna hurt themselves. Let me go down and tear this down. Go ahead and read. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And when they were building, they built themselves a great city.
Yeah.
And a very high, strong tower.
Mm-hmm.
And on account of his height, the mortar and the bricks did not reach the building.
Right.
And there is ascent to it.
Go ahead.
Those who went up had completed a full year. They and after that, they reached to the builders and gave them the mortar and the bricks. Thus was done daily. And behold, these ascended and others descended.
Right. Every year you have a whole group of guys go up and they be gone a year. And it take them a whole another year to get down, another year for the other group to get up so they can keep building this tower. Go ahead and read.
The whole day.
Mm-hmm.
And if a brick fall from their hand,
right,
and get broken,
go ahead.
They will all weep over it.
Yeah, they cried over a brick because they know how long it's taking to get them bricks up there. So you drop one like, bang, that's prolonging the time. They got to be up there. So every time a brick will fall, them just cry. And just like over there, that so-called wailing wall over there. They ain't got nothing to do with the tip. Them just over there crying that wailing wall. They over there crying. What you crying for? What you doing? Well, I mean, what is that? Because they ain't part of the temple. Because Yeshua said they're not gonna be one stone left upon another that should not be thrown down. So I don't know what they crying over, what that wall is, what building that was. Go ahead and read. See, you see all the falsehood these folks be throwing at us. Oh man, they over there bound to the wall crying. Got some little block on top of it. I don't know what that is. I still ain't found out what that is. But anyway, what you crying at that wall for? See, this is stuff, man, people, and you got all these Christian pastors talking about bag up Israel, support Israel. You know you supporting the devil. You got that satanic symbol over there flying on the flag over Holy Jerusalem, and y'all hollering about bag them up, support them. Go ahead and read, bro.
And if a man fell and died,
yeah,
none of them would look at it.
They'll cry with a brick, but they ain't looking at the man, their brother just died. Why? Because he ain't no more used to him. That brick can get him up to where they want to go. Yeah. But that man, he just make big bring somebody else up there. Yeah. Go ahead.
The Lord do their thoughts. It came to pass when they were building, they cast the arrows towards the heavens.
Oh, they got a little halfway up there. They think they're gonna do something.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And all the arrows fell upon them filled with blood. And when they saw them, they said to each other, surely we have slain all those that are in heaven.
You know who they were shooting? Their own brothers.
Yeah.
They were shooting the arrows up there. They were coming back with blood. We got them. Yeah. They weren't shooting the Most High. Because, the Most High is a spirit, and they worship him, must worship him in spirit and in truth. You ain't finna shoot no arrow, no spirit being and kill it. This is how dumb these people are. But this is how they, they done went in these books and read them. So they say, well, an arrow can't kill them. Well, let's make a nuclear bomb we can set off in the heavens. See, it gets more wicked and more wicked each generation. But these folks has got this in their mind. Just go ahead, sister. Yeah. Exactly, sister. That's right. That's right. And see, they tip their hand on what they're doing all the time. We just got to keep our ears open and be cognizant of what's going on around us. Because they got a plan for everybody. And you can best believe if you're an Israelite, they got a plan for you. King Alfred plan, they got a plan for you. Willie Lynch letters, they got a plan for you. It ain't, don't think because they ain't in mass quantity lynching and hanging us that they done forgot. Don't think that. Esau don't forget. Esau been holding his grudge against us a long time. He's still mad at our dad, and they still got the plan to exterminate Israel. Don't think it's over with. Don't think because your neighbor next door to you wave when you go out there and take the trash can out. It ain't over. They just biding their time. That's all they do. Go ahead and read, bro.
30. Well, this was from the Lord in order to cause them to err. And in order to destroy them from off the face of the ground.
Go ahead, brother.
And they built the tower in the city. And they did this thing daily until many days, years were eclipsed.
Yeah, you got it.
Okay. God said to the 70 angels,
how many angels?
70.
So he said, when you see that 7, it's done. It's complete. He finna take care of the business. 7 is the number of completion. So he finna send 70 of them down there. When he said, when you read in 6, said, come let us go down, he said these 70 angels down there to take care of the business. Go ahead and read.
Stood foremost before him. Those who were near to him, saying, come let us withstand and confuse their tongue. That one man should not understand the language of his neighbor. And they did so unto them. What's wrong here?
Yeah, he said you kind of faith. Okay. They ain't got to worry about my big mouth faith.
Yeah.
You know, that's why I'm moving closer up to you. Go ahead.
And from that day following, they forgot each other's name, his neighbor's tongue.
So now we know now who language got confounded. Libya, which is foot. You had Ethiopia, which is Cush. You had Mizraim, which is Egypt. And you had Canaanites. They were all speaking the same language. Now they can't understand each other, so now the building is you can't finish the building. Go ahead and read, bro.
And they could not understand to speak in one tongue. And when the builder took from the hand of his neighbor lime or stone, which he did not order, the builder would cast it away.
So I asked you for this. I asked you for that. So he threw what the guy gave. He threw it away. I don't need that. I need something else.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And threw it upon his head.
Yeah.
And he forgot. They did so many days, and they killed many of them in this mountain.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lord smote the 3 divisions that were there.
Go ahead, brother.
And he punished them according to their works and designs.
Mm-hmm.
Those who said, we will ascend to heaven and serve our gods, because it became like apes and elephants.
What? He's bad in these folks. Same way you got right now. You see these people, man, they done went and got all deformed, putting the horns in their heads and big old bull rings in their nose, and ears, and they got their faces all tatted up. They got the mind of a beast. Uh-huh.
I read this before. So.
Go ahead. Mm-hmm.
18. Yeah. They got skinny lips.
Yeah. I already know you're going with it, bro. But you know what? See, this is the thing. Don't nobody want to talk like this. But if you look at them, Ape ain't got no thick lips like no brother. Only thing Ape got on them that's black like a brother, they hair is dog.
Anybody out there, go Google
it is what it is. So he gave these folks beast-like qualities or mentalities to the point now they can't get along. They looking to kill each other. Because he did the same thing to the Assyrians when they came against Israel. Man, he sent the dissension amongst their own ranks. And see, this was going to happen even when Yeshua come up. He going to send dissension amongst their own ranks, and they going to start killing each other. Same thing. See, the Most High don't need to change what he do. Because man is just man, and we simple as I don't know what, you know what I'm saying? So he just going to keep doing the same thing over and over because we keep doing the same thing over and over. Continue to read, bro. Go ahead. Pull it up. Somebody pull it up. I know, bro, Water on the feed. Bro, Water, you on the feed. Pull it up and then share it with the class. Go ahead and read.
Like apes and elephants, black and white color. And those who said, we will smite the heavens with arrows. The Lord killed them, one man through the hand of his neighbor. And the 3rd division of those who said, we will ascend to heaven and fight against him. And the Lord scattered them through the earth. 36.
Okay, brother.
And those who were left amongst them, when they knew and understood the evil which was coming upon them, they forsook the building.
Yeah.
And they also became scattered upon the face of the whole earth.
Go ahead, bro.
And they ceased building the city and the tower. Therefore, he called the place Babel.
That's right.
For there the Lord confounded the language of the whole earth. Behold, it was at the east of the land of Shinar.
Go ahead, brother.
And as the tower which the sons of men built, the earth opened its mouth.
What?
Opened its mouth and swallowed up 1/3 part thereof.
Go ahead. And what else?
And a fire also descended from heaven and burned another 1/3.
Go ahead, brother.
And the other 1/3 is left to this day. And it is the part of which was aloft.
Go ahead. The highest part of that tower is what's left. Go ahead.
And the conference is 3 days walk.
And that's how big this thing was. It takes you 3 days. Whatever's left of that tower, it takes you 3 days to get around the tower and get back to where you started from. This is what these men set their mind to do. And the Most High destroyed their tower. So when you see the Roman tower and all that, they try to rebuild and relive that situation. You go get a book, and it's a book called The Mystery Babylon. I got it at home. Go get that book and read. It's hard to get now, but if you want to borrow it, I'll let you borrow, but it's in pieces. But you got to be careful with pages now. But go read about Mystery Babylon, Nimrod, and Semiramis. Go read about them, and you will see how wicked these people were. And you'll see where the Catholic religion started at too, with them, with the confessionals and all that. And what they call the temple whores, which now are the nuns. Because that's all the nuns are there for. If y'all going to do your research on them nuns. The priest that ain't gay, all they doing is sitting around waiting for the priest that ain't gay to get it on with them. That's all they there for. One Gentile woman escaped one of them, whatever they call them, and she told the whole rip. This came out in the 60s. And she told the whole rip on them. And when them nuns get pregnant, they kill the babies. But all them priests that ain't gay, don't like little boys, they get it on with them nuns. And they say they married to God. That's what they do. But it all started with Nimrod and Semiramis. Sure. That's what it started out at. It started out with them. You can go read that book, Mystery of Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots, and I guarantee you're gonna read exactly the same thing. But let's put that down, bro. We're gonna go on to the next play. Oh, you ain't finished? Okay, go ahead.
39. And many of the sons of men died at that tower. Of people without number.
Of people without number, so they don't know how many people died in there. Let's go now. Let's go look and see who they modeled themselves after. Go to the book of Isaiah, chapter 14, and then we're gonna get into the prophecies of Christ in the tabernacle. Isaiah the 14. Isaiah the 14. We're gonna read verses 3 through 16. Cause hey, the same thing. Now you just read what Nimrod and all them boys were saying. Now look how familiar this sounds with who they were serving. Because he said, whom you lend your members to, whom serve as you are. So if you got this type of mindset, then who you serve? You ain't serving the Most High. Isaiah 14 started verse 3. What do it say, my brother?
It comes to pass. In the day that the Lord shall give thee rest from thy sorrow and from thy fear.
Go ahead.
And from the hard bondage wherein thou was made to serve. That thou should take up this proverb against the king of Babylon.
Against the who? King of Babylon. So we right back to Babylon again. We right back to Babel again. Go ahead and read.
And say, how has the oppressor ceased?
How has the oppressor ceased? Go ahead and read.
The Lord has broken the staff of the wicked.
Yes, sir. So we read about Nimrod being king. He said he's gonna break the scepter of the wicked, and all the rulers of the wicked, they finna stop. Go ahead and read. Yes, sir. And ain't nobody stopping the devil right now from doing what he want to do. So the Most High letting him have his free reign right now. He said, but hey, I got something for him, but continue to read, brother.
The whole earth is at rest.
The whole earth is at rest.
And it's quiet.
Yay.
Yeah.
Now this is during the 1,000-year millennium of Christ right here. So now everybody's resting, everybody's singing and rejoicing. But go ahead and read, brother.
Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down, no feather is come up against us.
It says since he didn't put Satan down, ain't nobody come up against Jacob. But go ahead and read, brother.
Air from beneath is moved.
So did we just read how he devoured a third of that tower? Same way he gonna meet up with Satan. See, the sentence is gonna be the same, like I say. He devoured a third of that temple with the ground. And he said, now with Satan, hell has come up to meet thee. Go ahead and read, brother.
All the chief ones of the earth.
Yay.
And raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nation.
Hey, brother.
All they shall speak and say unto thee.
What they gonna say?
Are there also become weak as we?
So just like with Nimrod, Nebuchadnezzar, and Alexander the Great, that Roman, that Greek bastard that broke down Jerusalem, all of them gonna be sitting there looking at Satan and say, hey man, you became just like us. Antiochus Epiphanes, all these rulers that is in the ground when the hell come up to meet him and say, man, you became just like us. You weak. Go ahead and read.
Have thou become like unto us? They pump is brought down into the grave. and the noise of thy vows.
Ain't gonna be no more singing. All that Hollywood singing and all them songs they done made to them and all this stuff they done did to glorify, all that pomp and circumstance is over with. It's done. Go ahead and read, bro.
The worm is spread under thee.
The worm is spread under thee, and what else?
The worm covers thee.
They're gonna be up under you and they're gonna be all over you, Satan. Go ahead. How? See, now he telling you exactly who he talking about. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer? Go ahead and read. Your son. Go ahead, brother. What did he say?
I will ascend into heaven.
Ain't that what the same thing he said? That's the same thing Nimrod and them say. They gonna ascend into heaven. So when you say you going back to heaven, when you say, you know, Big Mama, she going on back to heaven.
Whoa.
When you say that, who are you talking like? You see what I'm saying? See, we got to be careful of our word, because our word, he said, by your word shall you be justified, and by your word shall you be condemned. So you sound like Nimrod. You sound like all them folk that were building that tower, and you sound like Satan and the devil. Go ahead and read, brother.
I will exalt my throne above the waters of stars of God. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north.
Go ahead, brother.
I will ascend above the heights of the clouds.
He gonna do what?
I will be like the Most High.
He said, I'm gonna be like the Most High. Same thing they said they were gonna do. Exact same word, exact same motive. So you serving Satan and the devil. You know, I went to a funeral years ago. I got to tell this story. It blew my mind. I said, this joker don't know what he just said. One of my brother-in-law passed, my wife's brother had passed away, and I'm sitting there, you know, I'm sitting back there, I'm out of the clock, right? Looking at this sorry jackleg preacher. I want to go over there and bum rush. But anyway, I'm sitting out there. He said, yeah, Brother Stanley, he smiled and looking down. He got Gabriel on one side, and Mike. I said, man, this joker know the blasphemy he just said. He said he had Gabriel on one side and Michael on the other side. I said, it ain't but one that sit between the cherubim, brother. I said, this joker don't know what he just said, dude. I said, I told my wife, I said, we need to give him a lead. But I had to respect no for family and everything. I sat there, but I said, man, this joker just blaspheme above blaspheme, because he said Stanley was sitting between the cherubim. But you know what? That little funny looking joker with that little hat on his head, guess what? He got a throne, guess what, on each side of him? He got an angle on one side of that chair and an angle on the other side of the chair. That's why he called himself the Holy Father. So anybody that's following that religion, anybody that's following that mindset, anybody that thinks somebody went up to heaven and looking down, what do you say? Go ahead and read, brother.
15, right? 15. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell.
You're going to be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit.
They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee.
And what they going to say? What they going to say?
This is the man that made the earth tremble.
Amen. Go ahead, brother.
And did shake him.
And man, everybody going to be over there looking and saying like, that's the dude we were scared of. This the one that made everybody go against the word of the Most High. Everybody going like, is this him? This joker right here, the one that's covered in worms and worms up under, the one that's being burned by fire. Yeah, this is what we were scared of. That's what they gonna say about Satan. So you Marilyn Manson lovers, all you jokers painting your fingernails black and saying all hail Satan. This the end of your king. This the end of your king right here. The ones who love the things of this world and the things in this rule of this world at this present time, he going to end of your king. So guess what? You're going to be right there with him. But hey, let's go a little bit further. Let's go look at the joker he going to see in this last joker he going to see. Let's go to 2 Thessalonians. And we're going to pick it up in verse 2, bro. We're going to pick it up in verse. Let's look at this. Then we're going to go into the pseudepigrapha and look at a little bit more of this little sorry little joker he going to see it down here to try to do his work. 2 Thessalonians, bro. And we're going to pick it up at chapter 2 and verse 1. 2 Thessalonians, the 2 Because they tell you there's many ways to Christ or many ways to God, right? Ain't that what they saying? But hey, man, you can't read that. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 1. We're going to read verses 1 through 12. What do it say, my brothers? We begging you, brothers. Uh-huh.
And by gathering together unto him.
Uh-huh.
That ye may be not soon shaken in mind.
Yeah.
Or be troubled.
Mm-hmm.
Neither by spirit,
mm-hmm.
nor by word, nor by letter, as from us.
Mm-hmm.
As that the day of Christ is at hand.
Uh-huh.
Let no man deceive you by any means.
And don't let nobody trick you by any means. Don't let them trick you with that kumbaya song. Don't let them trick you by we all gonna get along. You don't let them trick you with that. He said, don't let no man deceive you by any means. Go ahead and read.
That day should not come.
That day shall not come. So hey, it's gonna be a whole lot of folks that you see that you know is in this truth. They're gonna fall away from the truth. They're gonna fall for the okie doke. They're gonna fall for the okie doke. Mama gonna look at them. Well, we got to eat. Well, the kids got to have somewhere to stay. We got to do this, and you gonna fall, crack up under pressure, and take that mark. You gonna crack up under pressure. Well, the Lord know our heart. He know we got to pay our bill. We got to do this. You gonna fall for the okie doke. You gonna fall for. Well, we ain't got nothing to eat. You go out there in the field, catch that rabbit. That's the only thing that's moving. Don't do it. Because anything that make you go against the commands of God, you know where you're coming from. I don't care how desperate the situation gets. I don't care if you lose your house, your car, and nothing. You better not fall for it. Go ahead and read, bro.
That day of sin be revealed.
Uh-huh.
Who opposed and exalted himself above all that is called God.
Uh-huh.